you.
It's great to have you back there. I love the Butterscotch Stallion. How you doing, Mark Wilson? I don't care. We got a tremendous night of action ahead of us, and I understand that we're going to kick it off with another edition of the Lights Out Lounge, hosted by, of course, Jordan Jacobs, a man who has now qualified for round 2 of the 2014 Impact Player of the Year tournament.
And my personal pick, just because of the experience factor in the Impact Player of the Year tournament, he's my odds-on favorite.
Well, when I was here a couple of weeks ago, I had Madam Commissioner Erica on one side, I had Mark Wilson on the other side. They both agreed with you that he was their pick as well. The experience factor certainly figuring heavily in there. We are also, speaking of the Impact Player of the Year tournament, we're also going to have 2 more first-round matches tonight as the KC Wolves see individual action. Graham Bell taking on Stryker, and the other first-round match is going to be Luke Langley taking on Big Business Damon Windsor.
Both of these matches are definitely going to put the KC Wolves on the map. You know, this is going to be the make or break point for these two.
Well, it's certainly a huge proving ground tonight when it comes to the KC Wolves and when it comes to finalizing out those last open spots in the Impact Player of the Year tournament. We saw last week Jordan Jacobs victorious over Vinny Camacho, and we saw in a very controversial situation O'Malley advancing to the second round by count out or forfeit, I guess, when it was supposed to be Copycat, but as the video monitor showed, Copycat laid out in the back, unable to make it to the ring and compete in his first round match.
He kind of got himself a little what's the word I'm looking for? He was taken out of the tournament not by his own,
No, he certainly wanted to compete, but circumstances prevented him from being able to do that. So we're going to see all kinds of the top stars tonight. The IZW Tag Team Champions, Team Bull, back in the Impact Arena tonight.
I'm excited for those. Excited.
It's great. It's the first opportunity I've had to see them since they regained those titles back at Coronation. I believe the Sexy Camachos are also going to be here.
Yes, I'm excited for everything tonight. This is going to be a great night of action. Two tournament matches tonight. I'm excited, Burnham.
Well, it is an outstanding night tonight. Tremendous match. I want to talk briefly about an amazing thing that happened last week, with Randy Price and Brock Lesnar. Randy Price provoked Brock Landers. Price provoked Brock Landers into a match and then lost to him. Brock Landers is a referee.
That has to be the biggest upset in probably IZW history.
Well, it's a tremendous demonstration by Brock Landers.
It was the biggest upset in IZW history.
Yeah, that's
without a doubt. Randy Price felt a little bit overconfident, picking and bullying around a 150-pound referee, and it was a shocker. I mean, I sat right where you're sitting last week, and I was blown away.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be some sort of repercussions, and then there's the big story, which is, well, we'll get to that big story later on. Right now, I guess Jordan Jacobs is on his way to the ring. The Lights Out Lounge is set to commence.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lights Out, Jordan Jacobs!
Well, we got Jordan Jacobs already out here. Jordan Jacobs, Lights Out Lounge. Let's see what he has to say.
There you go! You did a good job! Shut your mouth!
Jordan Jacobs preparing to enlighten us here.
Ladies, welcome to the Lights Out Lounge. And what a way to start off IZW tonight. What better way to start off than with me, huh? What better way to start off than with me? Show some love for your boy. Show me some love. What you got?
And feeling very confident having advanced to the second round.
It's the best we got, huh? It's the best we got. I'm going to give you another opportunity. Right now, Jordan Jacobs, show me some love! You guys suck. No, you suck. You suck.
Jacobs out here just
You know what?
insulting
I'm not
Jordan,
even going to get
as
into
usual,
it with
not
you on
making
all that.
friends with
No,
the
I'm just not
IZW
going
word.
to. I'm not gonna. I ain't gonna give you, no, I ain't gonna give you that. As a matter of fact, tonight on the Lights Out Lounge, not only do I have a guest for you all tonight, but we are starting off this show, IZW, the Lights Out Lounge. We're starting off with a little bit of love, with a little bit of Jordan Jacobs. With a little bit of the one and the only, the first and the last, Mr. Young Ted.
Well, looks like Jordan Jacobs is not going to be alone.
Well, we got Sean McHale on his way out here.
Number one, Sean McHale, the co-commissioner, on his way to the Lights Out Lounge. And I'm sure that, anytime that Sean McHale is a guest anywhere, he brings a lot of energy, a lot of entertainment.
I refer to him as Mr. Energy.
Mr. Energy, a great name for him.
Typically, the way this works is I invite my guests out. They don't just interrupt me in the middle of what I was talking about, Sean McHale.
Man, I know. But this is your Lights Out Lounge, but this thing is my show.
It's your show.
Yeah, so I can come out whenever I want.
Oh, is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Oh, that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
So what about Erica? What about her? Doesn't she get some say in this too? And you just come out whenever you want. That's how it goes?
No.
Hey, look, I'm showing out. This is how I talk. This is how it goes, huh?
No. Yeah, no. You know what? She does. She's got her own say. I mean, we are co-commissioners. I'm a little bit better than her.
Oh.
I'm actually a lot of bit better.
What do you guys think? Who's better? Erica? Or Sean?
Reaction for Erica.
Not the way you're supposed to respond.
Hey, she got a couple cousins in the crowd tonight. I can tell. But look, the fact of the matter is, I can do whatever I want. Jordan.
Speaking of whatever you want, what I've been seeing lately, is the fact that you are trying to throw some roadblocks in my way. Right?
Roadblocks?
Yeah, roadblocks.
No.
You see, I am the 2013 Impact Player of the Year, Sean. Right? And you see, in 2014, I'm going to become the first ever repeat Impact Player of the Year. And you're trying to make that very hard on me, Sean.
I'm not. The fact of the matter is, you're an untested commodity, man.
Nah!
If you were a baseball player, you'd be batting below 200. I mean, that's the kind of dude. Yeah. No. I mean, if you were a basketball player, you couldn't even kick a field goal. I don't know. I'm just telling you, wrestling's my business, and you ain't what's happening right now. I don't even know why we started the show with you, because I already heard the channels clicking off on the computers.
That's not true. Let me get this straight. If I played basketball, I couldn't even kick a field goal.
How many points you get for it?
$1 million.
Exactly. It don't matter.
Listen,
It
here's
don't
the
matter.
deal.
What?
Last week, I took one young Vinny Camacho, and I gave him the light switch, and I turned his lights out, Sean McHale, which makes me advance to the second round. What are you gonna throw in my way now, Sean? Huh? Because once I win in the second round, I go to the finals at Sudden Impact. What you gonna throw in my way now, huh?
Man, I'm not even gonna do nothing, because like you always prove to yourself, you will fail in the end.
I will not!
I mean, without help from anybody, on your own, nobody likes you.
Hey! Hold up. Let's take a poll.
All right.
Who likes me?
Seems like he's got a few
Who
fans.
really came to see Jordan Jacobs?
Hey, some little youngins there.
Yeah.
I should not have taken that.
That's your problem. That's your problem. You have an over sense of obligation. You feel like you're owed something because you may have done something in the past.
Yeah!
But what I'm talking about is what have you done for IZW lately? What have you done except nothing? You have been a little cancer here, and now it's time to either put up or shut up. Get strong. Get strong. Let's do something.
No. Here's the deal. What have I done lately? Need I remind you?
What?
I am a 2-time tag team champion.
You got carried. You got carried. You don't even.
It's gonna get crowded over there in the lounge because we're about to see the IZW champion, the captain of the force, Double D. And apparently he has something to come out and talk about here.
What could he possibly have to say?
Well, we know that Double D has been the victim of several attacks by the Image of War, Kevin Morgan.
He's been being blamed for the disappearance of their leader.
Exactly. Ever since Johnny Z went away, things have not been the same for Impact Elite. There you see him, fans. Double D with the IZW Championship around his waist.
The only man to unseat Johnny Z.
Double D very proudly, once again, the IZW champion. But I honestly, I have no idea why Double D is here. It was shocking enough when Sean McHale came
Cut
out.
that stupid music. This is my show.
Hey.
Well,
Hey,
if
hey.
it is an IZW champion,
Also,
Double D.
just so you know, this is somebody who has done something lately.
He's done something.
Yeah.
What do you got to say? Just interrupting me on my show, huh? You just want to come out here in the Lights Out Lounge?
Now, you know I love you, right? That's why you're my number one, right, baby, right? Oh, yeah. Now, I know, I can see you're out here having a great time. Making fun of the dumbass here, Mr. Jordan Jacobs.
Not a dumbass.
And who's the, I gotta give it to you, he is kind of an easy target, am I right, everybody? Now, as fun as that is, I felt like I needed to come interrupt this because here lately over the past couple of weeks, ever since I've won this IZW championship.
Hey, Double D winning the championship. Let's hear it for Double D.
Ever since then, there's been something missing here from IZW. Have you noticed? I'm sure you've noticed. Have you noticed something's been missing?
He's not a champion!
I know what he's referring to.
Yes, we all know.
Well, ever since I won the championship at Coronation, we've been missing a certain natural-born prick, Johnny Z.
Yeah, let's bring that up. That's a great idea.
He knows where Johnny Z is!
And
What about it?
the man that seems to be hurting more than any of us all is that image of follow Kevin Morgan.
Are we really gonna make fun of Kevin Morgan? Because he can beat all y'all's asses and you know it. You better be careful.
Hey, you don't worry about it because I can beat your ass and you know it.
Oh, is that true? All right.
So Kevin Morgan, every time I find myself out here in this ring after a match, of course, after a match that is, he decides to bring his big ass down there and proceed to whoop my ass and blame me. Tell me that it is my fault. Somehow it's my fault. Like as if I'm keeping Johnny Z from coming into this building.
Is that what you came here today? Is this what you came here to talk about?
Hush. Men are talking, little boy. Hush. Now, Kevin Morgan seems to be focused on the wrong things, and I'm having a little bit of a problem. And what I like to do when I have a problem is I like to take it head on, just like a champion does. I am the IZW champion for a reason, and you are the force. You are what guides me. So what I'm telling you, Sean McHale, is that I want Kevin Morgan's ass, and I want him right now.
Hey.
Wow, that's a big challenge.
Thanks for holding that for me, Jordan. I appreciate that. You know, that's kind of crazy because I've got a problem myself. Now, I would like to give you Kevin Morgan tonight, but I need a main event for May 17th at Sudden Impact.
Hey, main event, yeah, that's not an issue, man. Main event, you got it. You want me to take him on?
You in the Image of Fear, the main event at Sudden Impact. You down with that? Oh, okay. Hey, what? It's got to be for the IZW Championship, though.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Champion.
Whoa.
Yeah.
My friend, all you had to do was ask.
Yeah.
I am the IZW champion for a reason, and you can bet your ass if it means that I have to put this championship on the line to get a piece of Kevin Morgan's ass, then May 17th at Sudden Impact, I will be in the middle of that ring, and I will defend this championship.
Wow!
So Kevin,
Big news right there.
if I don't injure myself first, that is. I have to make it there first. So Kevin Morgan, don't worry about that right there. You worry about this. Double D's coming. The force is coming. And we're coming for you. Full force.
Yeah.
That is some huge news, Burnham.
That is tremendous news right there. Kevin Morgan, Double D, the main event. IZW Sudden Impact.
IZW Championship on the line. Huge news tonight. We started this show off with a bang.
Well, I don't think the Lights Out Lounge quite went the way that Jordan Jacobs expected based on the look on his face. Jordan unhappy, but I know the fans here are excited because now Double D, Kevin Morgan will get their hands on each other officially for the IZW Championship, and maybe Kevin Morgan will finally be satisfied that Double D does not know anything about the whereabouts of Johnny Z.
You're absolutely correct on that. Nobody knows where the whereabouts of Johnny Z are. Not the fans, not Impact Elite, not us.
We haven't
Nobody.
seen Johnny Z for 4 weeks now. I know he was not in the back when we came in today, and unless he just mysteriously appears in the middle of the ring before the end of the night, I don't expect to see him again. I have no idea where he's gone to, but I know that what Kevin Morgan has been doing, trying to get that information from Double D, has not panned out well, except for the fact that now he's got an IZW Championship opportunity at Sudden Impact.
That's a big challenge. That's a huge challenge.
And Kevin Morgan is a former IZW champion.
You're right.
So we know he is up to the opportunity, up to the test here. We'll see if he can capitalize on that as he steps back in. I know that Kevin believes that he's got to do something to find John, to get John back.
Well, even after Double D laying in the ring last week, left laying at the close of the show, you know, that's an awfully big challenge just to walk out and accept, you know.
Well, fans, we are going to move forward here now to another first round match in the Impact Player of the Year tournament.
This is like my favorite time of the year.
This is a great opportunity.
Ladies
Somebody
and
really needs to step
gentlemen, the
up.
following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. It is a first round match in the IZW Impact Player of the Year tournament. Coming to the ring first, he is the resurrector of reality, Striker!
Striker, one of the most veteran members of the IZW roster, a three-time former tag team champion. But this is not about tag team competition, although he will be stepping in against someone who is very familiar with tag team competition as well. And he is Graham Bell, one half of the Casey Wolves.
Tell you what, one half of Brothers Righteous, this man does not play either.
No, Striker has been relentless since pairing himself up with the Valley and declaring the war on all that they believe to be unrighteous, uncivilized in society today. But this is another opportunity. Remember, whoever wins the Impact Player of the Year tournament, not only do they get the bragging rights of saying, hey, I won a great tournament, but they also get an opportunity at any IZW championship that they won. And I know that Striker never held single gold here in IZW.
Now, let me ask you this. If Stryker goes on to win the Impact Player of the Year, do you think it's possible that he may take his championship opportunity with O'Malley and go after the tag team championship?
I think when it comes to Stryker, anything is possible. Just like when it comes to this next person coming through here, anything is possible as well.
And in the corner, one half of the KC Wolves, Graham Bell!
Now, earlier I brought up the fact that this really could be a make or break deal for the KC Wolves in this tournament, because if either one happens to win the Impact Player of the Year, this shoots them right to the top of this company.
Last year, Jordan Jacobs won the 2013 Impact Player of the Year, cashed it in for a tag team title opportunity, and began the first of his lengthy runs as tag team champions with Jermaine Johnson. We know the KC Wolves consider themselves in many ways tag team specialists, and they have never really had a solid opportunity to vie for that tag team championship. So if Graham or Luke win, I have a strong feeling that I know where their championship desires are going to go.
Exactly. I have a big feeling you're right.
This will be a very interesting competition here. The experience of Stryker.
Now, Stryker has been a singles wrestler for quite a bit in his career, whereas Graham Bell hasn't. So this could really be a huge experience factor.
Graham Bell has been wrestling now for about 3 years, and the bulk of that 3 years' time has been tag team competition with Luke Langley. He is so accustomed to having that partner in the corner for him to reach out, tag to, and trade in and out here. This is a singles chance for him. This is a singles match. He can't rely on anyone but himself. And you're right, Stryker, long experience in singles competition. He knows how to carry himself in that ring. He knows how to rely on no one but himself.
Well, I know that Graham Bell standing across the ring from Stryker, he's definitely got to have butterflies in his stomach at this point, especially with so much on the line in this tournament.
Anytime you step in the ring against someone with the veteran experience like Stryker, you have to wonder if all your preparation has been done properly. And the look on Graham Bell's face, he doesn't seem overly concerned. He's just waiting for that first opportunity to walk up.
Now you have to know Stryker's going to play a few mind games.
I'm sorry, your tag team career is over.
Some bold words there from Graham Bell. As we get collar and elbow tie-up in the middle of the ring right there.
Graham Bell taking the arm first. I figured the power advantage obviously goes to Stryker.
Well, Bell taking advantage of an opportunity. And Stryker with a blatant pull of the lengthy locks.
Of course, the referee didn't see it.
Referee questioning Stryker. He claims innocence, says, hey, it's my power.
Graham Bell definitely has enough hair to grab.
Stryker and Bell now once again locking up, and Bell again going back to the arm ringer. He's come into this match with a game plan, a solid game plan. He looks to do as much as he can.
Now, Graham Bell, the strategy, in my opinion, the strategy for him is just to keep Stryker down as much as possible, as long as possible.
I don't think Graham Bell can work against the power of Stryker. He's at a size disadvantage. He's obviously at an experience disadvantage.
Well, if it comes to experience and power, this is going to be Stryker's match.
I think that Bell actually needs to eventually switch up to a high-flying tactic. I think that he needs to be able to catch Stryker off guard.
Speed's going to be his key.
Stryker is already getting under the skin of the assembled IZW world here.
Stryker's really taking his time. In case Graham Bell is getting over anxious, he's kind of keeping the match at his pace, using the experience to his advantage.
Well, it's a sign of an experienced veteran. If you dictate the pace of the match, you maintain control. Even if you're in a situation like this, it seems that every time he's gone in to lock up with Bell, Bell's been able to cinch that arm bar or the wrist lock as he has right now.
You can even tell by the expression on Stryker's face. He knows where he's at right now. He knows what he can do. So you can't count him down at any time. There he goes right back to the hair.
There, but Bell nips right up. starts unloading some forearms. Now an Irish whip, reversal by Striker, who drops his head a little too early. That is a surprising mistake from the veteran Striker, who is caught once again with the arm bar, going back to that left arm.
Now, if you notice, it's that speed that we were talking about just a minute ago.
And a good ring awareness there by Striker as he wraps his legs around the bottom rope in order to force the break.
Striker using the ropes to his advantage, always knowing his whereabouts in the ring. And once again, the match has come to a stopping point. Keeping the match in his control, not letting Graham Bell get ahead of himself. And every time Graham Bell has been, on the upper end of this match, it's been because of the speed.
Striker appears to be a little frustrated at this point. Consulting with the referee, saying, check my shoulder. I think he may have been yanked out of socket there.
He's working that arm over pretty good.
Oh, there's a straight right hand. No chance for the lockup to make contact there.
Oh, gotta feel like you're getting hit with a brick.
Another huge uppercut by Striker, who now resorts simply to pugilistics in order to take the advantage. Technical wrestling didn't work for him, so he's just going to go for brute force.
I just like how Striker's really taking his time and showing the experience. At the end of the day, experience will win out every time.
Well, that remains to be seen right here. Striker goes for the first cover of the match, but only gets a 2 count. And again, the slow, methodical style of Striker as he drops the face of Graham Bell. Of course, the pectoral region perhaps of Graham Bell across the knee. Now a blatant choke right across the top there.
He's going to have to get him off the ropes.
Striker very familiar with the rules. He has to break them without getting disqualified.
It's like he's choking and ripping his face apart at the same time.
Here's an interesting question for you, Stone. We already know that O'Malley qualified last week with that forfeit victory over Copycat. Let's assume that Striker wins this match. I don't know that I've not seen the brackets, but let's assume that the next round match, Striker versus O'Malley.
In my opinion, they're just too rough and tumble guys. I think they'll slug it out.
Yeah, I don't see either one of them backing down either, even though they are tag team partners. And I suppose the same could be said if Graham Bell wins this match, and if Luke Langley comes out victorious in his opportunity against Damon Windsor.
What about Luke Langley?
Exactly. That's the type of scenarios that you see in these type of tournaments. They're almost like dream matches where you finally get to see established tag teams. You see Striker going for the stroke right there. And
big kick to the back of the head.
Bell connecting. Striker all kinds of wobbly.
Oh,
Striker charges
Bell
in.
just out of way in time.
Nobody home there. Bell follows up with a knee right to the chin.
Sunday.
And Bell with the back
heel kick.
Yes. Put Striker down, but Bell's a little too shaken, a little too rattled to go and make a cover right there.
And Striker the first one to his feet.
Striker showing the resilience that he has, but he is put straight down by Graham Bell, who now rolls Striker over, pulls up that leg, tries to wrap the arm around it.
And he's using a very unorthodox style with a lot of kicks and a lot of striking knees to keep Striker down. This is what I was saying earlier. He's going to have to keep Striker on all fours as long as possible.
Bell now letting Striker get back up to his feet, and mistake number 1. Striker dumping Bell face first with the stroke. I think that very well may be it. At this point, all Striker has to do is roll Bell over and get that 3 count.
He pulled him down so fast and so hard, Graham Bell was almost bent backward.
And I'm really surprised that Striker didn't go immediately for the pin, but he seems to be going top. That's not really Striker's area. That's where Graham Bell.
This could be dangerous for him.
And Bell back to his feet. Cut off right there. A huge mistake on the part of Striker. As Bell connects, upend Striker. Right out
back
of the
down.
Now Bell to the outside.
He's going to rely on that quickness and the high flying that you were talking about earlier.
Bell very comfortable in that top rope area, much more so than Striker is. But he's not quite able to get up there fast enough. Both of these men, this match is taking a huge toll from both of them. Bell fighting life, trying to get Striker out of the corner. Striker now going up the bell. Both these men perched in the corner. Headbutt knocks Striker back.
Yeah, just like O'Malley, Striker will beat you and beat you and beat you until, I mean, the longer the match goes, the more it works in their favor.
Wow, huge senton on the top. Graham Bell has advanced into the second round.
That's almost an upset. Think about it. That's
in many ways, though, you are correct. You have to consider it a bit of an upset given the extreme experience dichotomy between these two. But Graham Bell capitalizing an opportunity. He has made it now past Striker. He is qualified.
I'm shocked.
Now we gotta see.
I really thought Striker had this one in the bag.
We now have to see later on tonight if Bell's tag team partner can do the same. As Luke Langley will be facing big business Damon Windsor in another first round Impact Player of the Year tournament match.
This could have been the breakaway moment for Graham Bell to show that he's not just a tag team specialist. He just beat a man that has had a very lengthy singles career. So that's a big feather in the cap for Graham Bell.
Well, Stone, as I'm sure you're well aware, they have long said to be a great tag team, you gotta have two great singles guys to begin with. And Graham Bell has proven that even though he's best known for tag team competition, he has all the skills necessary to be out there on his own if need be.
Well, that's a big feather in the cap for Graham Bell. He advances in the Impact Player of the Year tournament. Now it's only to see where Luke Langley, if he can get past his match tonight, where will they, if they even need it all in the tournament?
Tonight, the Impact Arena once again feasts its eyes upon its IZW Tag Team Champions, the ones the gods picked, Team Bull. And they will do tonight like they do every time, Brass Bull. They will look to us, and they will know that they are wrestling's only demigods, and they're doing it because we are great.
Because the gods said so.
And they say so often and they say so loudly. And the proof of that hangs upon my shoulder and around your waist.
Because the gods said so.
And just like every other night, Brass Bull, tonight, Team Bull will be victorious.
Because the gods said so.
We are such a great combination. I don't mean to brag, we're like a great combination. Maybe in history. Can you think of any better combination? I mean, seriously.
Well, I was thinking about spaghetti and cigars, but that by far
you're gonna like
never.
Because like that, so we can
Spaghetti and cigars? Are these mofos for real?
So he likes spaghetti
Hey,
and cigars.
hey, let me handle this. Okay. Look, we're Puerto Rican, okay?
Really?
We know that spaghetti and cigars. No bueno, man. Anyway, hey, I understand that you're the tag team champs, but I wouldn't get too comfortable, way. After tonight, we're gonna prove to you and the IZW world that we are the superior tag team. Because we're the sexy Camachos.
It's a bad name, sexy. It's not a good name.
What, you know?
Maybe Team Puerto Rico, because they got the flag. That'd be a good name. Team Puerto Rico, that's what it should be.
He's got a flag too, he just carries it.
Sexy? Not so much.
It doesn't matter. Are you racist against Puerto Ricans?
We're racist. As a matter of fact,
Racist against the gods.
Yeah, we're down with minorities. Matter of fact, we're minorities, right?
Brass, bronze.
Yeah,
Look at
we're
us.
the only ones. So really, you are kind of racist.
What are you talking about?
Getting ahead.
Pendejos.
Ooh, hey, look, hey. I don't know what you've heard, but he brushed his teeth this morning, all right?
Come on now.
He's off of that.
You have to know 6 languages when you're a god.
Man, let me tell you something. We we will prove to you that we are the superior tag champs. We rise above the occasion. It doesn't matter if we're facing racists.
Oh, now you want to get a little physical.
You know what, Brass Bulls? So they're looking forward to their match.
They're not going to touch
Team Puerto Rico's really fired up about going against Team Bull.
Well, guess what, boys? The gods have spoken, and it's next. I hope you two are ready. Pew!
I love it when he does that. Yeah. Por favor.
Every Friday night following Nightline on KSWO ABC TV, IZW takes over your weekly television schedule with Impact Television. Keep up with the latest news and catch all the best action, interviews, and clips from IZW's Adrenaline, our weekly television tapings. Check out IZWrestling.com on any device for more info and let Impact Zone Wrestling invade your living room every Friday night. Your Friday nights just got a lot more interesting. Zone Wrestling every Saturday night in Lawton, Oklahoma. Be a part of the live broadcasts and TV tapings at the Impact Arena. Visit IZWrestling.com or go to GFL.tv any day of the week to catch us on demand and relive the Impact. Did we mention Impact? With all this exhilarating live action entertainment, your Saturday should never go to waste again. Spend it with IZW and feel the impact.
Fans, we want you here every single week, Saturday night, 7 p.m. at the Impact Arena. But if you can't be here, then tune in on GFL.tv. You can catch all the action right there. And we're going to see a lot of action because, as we just saw before the break, Team Bull and the sexy Camachos fit the clash tonight in that very ring. It's coming up pretty soon.
This is going to be great. This is going to be the first big test for the Camachos as a tag team. You know, Team Bull.
The tag team champions. I mean, if you get a victory over the tag team champions, that pretty much automatically qualifies you as the #1 contender for those tag team championships. Vinny Camacho, I'm sure, has got to be looking for a way to redeem himself after last week losing out of the Impact Player of the Year tournament to Jordan Jacobs. Roberto Camacho really looking for that first good solid win of his IZW career. Well, they're going to have to be able to prove themselves right now, because on the way to the ring,
they are the IZW Tag Team Champions.
Absolutely. Team Bull is back in the house.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Coming to the ring first, they are the Bronze Bull and the Brass Bull, Bobby Storm, your IZW Tag Team Champions, Team Bull!
Now, I wasn't at coronation, unfortunately, but I was tuning in at home, and I'll tell you what, these guys had a blockbuster TLC match where they came out victorious for the IZW Tag Team Championship.
It is one of the most dangerous matches in professional wrestling, the TLC match. The Bronze Bull, very familiar with those situations and those type of matches, and they were able to regain for the second time the Tag Team Championship from what wrestling should be. But you're right, it was a tremendous match. I was very fortunate to call it. I was amazed at the action that took place. I was actually amazed that all four men were able to walk out of that match under their own power.
They gave it every single ounce of energy out of all four of their bodies.
And I'm sure that the Tag Team Champions are looking forward to sudden impact. Right now, they're looking forward to the arrival of Roberto and Vinny, 2/3 of there.
Vinny Camacho, the least experienced. Least experienced of the three.
He is the least experienced, and he seems to be the one that the other two Camachos have the least favoritism towards. They like each other, but they seem to treat Vinny a little bit differently. They call him the ugly duckling.
I see a bright future for Vinny Camacho, given the opportunity and as he gains more experience. A little bit full of himself, as they both are.
I wonder if the IZW World had any dollar bills prepared for Vinny Camacho there. Or, Roberto. I'm not going to deny him his opportunities. Roberto very concerned with his hair.
Carries around his little mirror with him.
Always checking the hair, always making sure that it's okay. Bobby Starr often concerned with his hair as well. Absolutely.
This would be a very good tag team match, right? This is definitely going to be a test for the Camachos.
A huge test for the Camachos, a great proving ground. They've only been tagging in IZW for maybe a little over a month.
Well, in the last 2 weeks, you've had what I think is 2 big upsets already. With Graham Bell tonight already advancing in the Impact Player of the Year tournament, and Brock Landers last week with his big win over Randy Price. So anything could happen at this point. The Camachos really could get up
Vinny Camacho very, very happy with himself as he shows off the moves.
Team Bull doesn't look impressed at all with Vinny Camacho.
I think Team Bull is just questioning exactly what's going on here. Did they come to a wrestling match? Did they come to a dance-off?
Do they have dancers like that on Mount Olympus?
I haven't been recently, so I can't really say. Well, Bobby Starr, I guess maybe they do. Bobby Starr holding his own here.
He's showing up, Vinny Camacho.
Come on, Brass Bull, join in. I don't think the Camachos enjoyed being upstage.
Brass Bull, Bobby Starr. Leave it to him to go out there and show up the Camachos at their own game.
Bobby Starr, an individual, he has been ever since he stepped foot here into the Impact Arena. But he is a proven, experienced individual as well.
Looks like we're going to have Vinny Camacho starting it off.
Vinny Camacho and the Bronze Bull.
Yes, sir.
I think the IZW World has made it very clear who they support in this tag team competition as Vinny warms up, doing some jumping jacks, squats, and those glutes in the quarter. I'm sure Mark Wilson will be the first to point that out. Glutes. Vinny Camacho stretching out those hamstrings. It's important.
Bronze Bull is looking like, why are we getting this match started already?
The Bull wants
He's not impressed.
I think the Bull understands. He wants to compete here. He's not here to dance off. And Vinny just continues to.
Vinny's a showman. He's a showman. He loves to come here every Saturday night and dance with his fans.
But eventually there's going to come a point where I think the Bronze Bull is just going to waylay Vinny if he doesn't get serious.
Hey, you sit back down, Wade. You sit back down.
Well, one of the Bronze Bull's legs are the size of Vinny's arms.
Bull calling for the test of strength. Vinny almost met him with it.
This is not good. I think he's not even going to entertain this, is he?
I don't think it's really going to matter which arm Vinny uses. Maybe he doesn't see the one in his other arm. Maybe he's better off using one of his legs. Bull patiently waiting, and
trying to play games. I just don't see this working out in the long run.
Very, very happy with himself. He's about to be very, very unhappy as he goes plunging over the top rope, courtesy of the Bronze Bull.
I didn't think it was going to last too much longer.
You could sense the irritation running off the Bronze Bull's back there.
Breathe, come on.
And Vinny's pouting.
They don't look to be too happy.
Quick to to get back into the ring. And now tagging in Roberto Camacho, the larger of the two. I think
this is a lot more even.
Yeah, I think we're going to get some demonstrations of power now.
I'll still give the power advantage to the Bronze Bull, without a doubt. Very few on the IZW roster can compare.
Well, Roberto doing a little grinding as well. And Bronze Bull wanting to test his strength with Roberto.
What keeps going on?
And again, the obsession that Roberto has with his hair.
Now they're just toying with it.
They are completely messing with the minds of the Camachos as they're throwing, is it confetti or what is it that's being thrown into the over-ambitious throw of Roberto Camacho.
I can't tell what it is.
I think it's just going to get lost in
Those
there.
are some heavy rides.
That, I know that Roberto knew what that was. Is that meat?
He's worried about his hair.
Well, the Bronze Bull has a hold of it. That cinches in a headline. And a noogie! It's a godly noogie!
You might want to check your hair on that one, Roberto Camacho.
Roberto trying to shove. Well, I thought he was going to try to shove Bronze Bull off. Maybe he might have the power to do so. Now laying in the punches to the side. Now, oh! Well, that didn't work out the way Camacho wanted.
I just love how the Bronze Bull is just really playing with these guys.
Bronze Bull 100% in control of this. Now Team Bull in together, 100% in control of this match, as everything the Camachos have come in with has been negated by the teamwork and the mentality of Team Bull.
Bobby Starr's not one to play around with in there either. He's only going to take so much ha-ha from these two anyway.
Well, another godly noogie. Bronze Bull obviously sitting under the learning tree of, Brass Bull sitting under the learning tree of the Bronze Bull.
He has gained so much in the time that he's been dealing with the Bronze Bull.
Oh, wow! And look at the Bronze Bull just absolutely messing up the hair. Roberto Camacho has got to be having a conniption fit inside.
Wow.
And then delivering a solid thunderous chop to the pectoral region. The noogie has been the move of the night for Team Bull.
Some might say his hair was messed up before he even came in here, but now his hair's really messed up now.
A little double team maneuver there by Team Bull as Bobby Starr is rammed headfirst into the ample midsection of Roberto Camacho.
He just gave him the horns.
He did. And the Bull from one corner to another. Referee Chris Smith, you better get out of there.
This match is going all over the ring.
Yes,
The referee can't even gain control and be in the right place.
And it's going all in favor of Team Bull. They have been 100% dominant since the bell rang.
Now it seems like they've just taken the upper hand in this whole match now.
Well, now Vinny Camacho with the knee to the back. I don't think it hurt Bobby Starr as much as it distracted him, but it may have been enough for Roberto Camacho to finally take over in the match. Bobby Starr takes the close, but the huge freight train that is the body of Roberto Camacho as he comes crashing down on the Brass Bull.
Got that weight advantage.
Only good enough for a 2 count there.
Come on, Brass Bull, let's go, baby. Come on, Brass Bull.
Trying to keep his bearings together. He gets thrown right to the outside. Hard.
Hard. Brass Bull to the outside. Baiting the Bronze Bull in there. I don't think that quite worked the way he expected. Referee Chris Smith on the outside, tending to the fallen Brass Bull. Now back in. Remove the Bronze Bull back to his corner. Meanwhile, Vinny Camacho doing untold types of damage to Bobby Starr.
getting thrown back in the ring now. It took a second to get the Bronze Bull out of the ring.
Oh, wow. Crashing leg drop. Standing position and an unorthodox pin there by Roberto Camacho.
Either way, he's only getting a 2 count.
Now the Camachos have cut that ring in half.
Now we're really going to see what kind of double teaming these guys can do, what kind of teamwork they really have with each other. Because as we know, Team Bull's been together for a while now, and they've already reached the mountain now twice. Now the Camachos, this is proving ground. Anything can happen here. Already seen it happen once tonight.
Well, a good set of quick tags there. You saw Vinny Camacho in, quickly executing a move, tagging out. That's the sign of a disciplined tag team. You keep that fresh man in, you quickly work the tags in and out so that the opponent cannot keep up.
Bobby lost his hair.
Bobby Starr now in the throes of a reverse chinlock by Roberto Camacho. Starr forced to carry the weight of Camacho, and it's a lot of weight.
The Camachos are really going to, dropped on his knee. Camachos are going to have to cut this ring off. Big cross body. This is where the Camachos are really going to have to pull Bobby back to their corner.
You see the Bronze Bull reaching out there. He's almost got that tag, but Roberto Camacho yanking Bobby Starr back and then moving in, delivering. There's the tag.
Now business is picking up.
Bronze Bull in the clean house. Both Camachos down. Bronze Bull carrying this match entirely on his own for his team.
Big spine buster.
He folded Vinny Camacho up in half.
Like an accordion. Look at this.
He's going to try to pick up Roberto Camacho.
He got him.
It took 2 attempts, but he got it. And Vinny, at the last moment, with a desperation eye rake on the eyes of the Bronze Bull. Camacho's double Irish whip, but the Brass Bull now in, dumping Vinny on the outside. Team Bull leveling Roberto Camacho.
They're definitely working together better than the Camachos are as a team.
And now Bobby Starr to the top rope. Once again, the Bronze Bull hoisting up. Greetings from Mount Olympus.
Whoa!
Off the top rope comes Bobby Starr. Bronze Bull in for the pin.
2, 3.
And there are your winners. The tag team champions victorious.
What a big victory for Team Bull.
And I think the look on the Bronze Bull's face there said, they're not here to play games. They're here to be the best tag team in IZW.
Bronze Bull picking up Roberto Camacho at over 400 plus.
A huge feat of strength for the Bronze Bull. But it was victorious for them. It proved that they were able to do what they needed to do. And the Camacho's not done. Camacho's leveling Team Bull.
What? Now they want to stand in the ring and dance.
The Camachos have lost this match.
You pick a fight with Team Bull, and you can guarantee that you're going to end up getting your receipt paid back.
Camachos have certainly struck while the iron is hot here. They have laid out the tag team champions. They may not have picked up the win in the win-loss record, but I think a message has clearly been sent that the Camachos are not done with Team Bull.
I'm not sure that that's something I would have done, is pick a real fight with Team Bull. They lost fair and square, and that wasn't good enough. Leave well enough alone, I say.
Vinny and Roberto Camacho clearly making it understood that they still want to be the IZW Tag Team Champions. And Team Bull victorious, but not exactly looking like they won the match. The
look on Bronze Bull's face says it all.
Nonetheless, though, they are still the tag team champions. And they make their way towards Sudden Impact, preparing to defend those tag team titles.
The Camachos very well might have been throwing it out there that they want to be the ones, challenging next to the titles, but it's not looking good after that defeat they just, took at the hands of Team Bull.
They lost the battle. Can they possibly win the war? Because I'm very sure a war has been started between Team Bull and the Sexy Camachos.
Unbelievable. I've never hated this in my Father's Day. Look at this. I look horrible. I look like one of those fat girls out there.
Fat chicks, I hate them. But you know what else I hate? I hate when people like Double D start coming out on my show, on the Lights Out Lounge, start making matches like it's his show. It's my show! It's mine! I do what I want, and don't tell me what I do what I want.
It wasn't only him, it was Sean McHale.
Damn that
He's the
guy.
one that wrote off on it and didn't even consult me.
Didn't even consult you.
I make matches around here.
Sure.
We have to consult each other. We are co-commissioners. I'm up here, he is down here.
Yeah.
He comes to me.
Yes. It's too much, man.
The main event of Sudden Impact, IZW Championship, Double D.
Wait!
What?
I've got it.
Yeah.
I've got it.
Okay.
I can win the championship back for John.
What?
Yeah, for John. For the natural born leader.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay, explain.
We win championships. You with me?
No,
Okay.
We regain our status.
That is.
Raising expectations.
Expectations.
And we regain our savior.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this right.
Yeah.
So you go in, main event, Sudden Impact against Double D.
Yeah.
You win back the IZW Championship.
Good.
For John.
For John.
For John.
Okay, that's fine.
You raise our status and expectations, and our Savior returns to us.
Yes, our savior returns.
That's a good idea.
I am so glad I just came up with that idea.
Yeah.
I am a genius even in my state.
Thank you, Erica.
Thank you, Erica.
Good job.
Okay, your excitement. It's too much for me right now. I'm so brilliant.
Good. Poor Brocklanders, you want to embarrass me? Huh, Hopscotch? Well, how about this week we do it again, only this time I'm gonna embarrass you. Huh? How about that? Yeah, last week I toyed with you a little bit too much, but this week that's not gonna happen. This week you're gonna learn an old school lesson, Mr. Referee. And this time, you're gonna be the one looking like a sucker.
Oh, my tax refund check should be here by now. Looking for this? Evil twin? That's mine. You're right. It's mine. And I'm going to cash it wherever I want.
It's a cash emergency. Super Con Woman to the rescue.
Don't let your evil twin steal your tax refund check. Bring it to Maverick Pawn and get it cashed in a jiffy. Then check out our tools, televisions, games, jewelry, computers, and more. And now we'll pay cash for unwanted gift cards. Great deals. Fast cash. It's Maverick Pawn. 357-4911.
I just don't see how we're gonna be able to pay any of these bills.
I guess we could sell my wedding ring.
Yeah!
Sell your gold to me so that I may melt it down into liquid profits.
It's a cash emergency. Super Pommelman to the rescue.
When you need fast cash, don't be pressured into selling your gold. Bring it to Maverick Pond, where their fast, friendly staff will give you a loan on your precious valuables so you don't lose them forever.
Great deals! Fast cash! It's Maverick Pond! 357-4911.
All right.
Fans, we are now going to commence with the final first round match in the Impact Player of the Year tournament. Big business.
These following contests is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. And it's a first round match in the IZW Impact Player of the Year tournament. Coming to the ring first is Big Business, Damon Windsor.
Big business on his way into the ring.
With the awesome year he had last year, he could definitely be a big player in this tournament.
Big business Damon Windsor had a huge 2013, but if he were to become the Impact Player of the Year for 2014, I suspect that he could elevate himself just to that one final step that he needs in order to potentially be the IZW champion, finally capturing that title that he's wanted so much in his career. But to get there,
it's his opponent, the other half of the KC Wolves.
It's a tough challenge for him. As we already saw, Graham Bell victorious early. And now an opportunity for the other half of the KC Wolves. The half that is not Graham Bell, but Luke Langley.
How great would it be to watch both the Wolves advance in this tournament?
Well, as we were talking about earlier, the possibility that both Graham Bell and Luke Langley not only could advance, but may actually end up having to face each other. It's a dream match for tag team wrestling specialists. One of those things that fans love to theorize about. And we may well see it proven tonight if Luke Langley can get past Damon Windsor into that second round.
The great thing about tournaments are the possibilities are endless. Who could be wrestling who could advance, who could win the whole thing. I love tournaments. I just love it.
Well, this is all about being the Impact Player of the Year, but as you see right there, these two men perfectly willing to show a little bit of sportsmanship. Something that I think it's fair to say O'Malley did not show last week against Copycat. I mean, we didn't see him lay him out in the back, but I think we both figure, you know, it must
we could just assume.
Yeah, it's fairly safe to assume that O'Malley took Copycat out so he wouldn't have to face him in order to advance to the second round.
This should be a great test between two friends. I know these guys are friends in the back. I've seen them talking several times in the back. So this could be a very, very good sportsmanship match.
But still an interesting contrast of styles, much as it was with Stryker and Graham Bell. Now you have the size and the power of Big Business against the speed, skill, and youth and determination of Luke Langley. Damon Windsor, firmly established here in IZW. He's had the IZW championship opportunities before. He's been a tag team champion several times. Luke Langley is looking to make himself well known here in IZW to establish a reputation for himself, and getting into that second round would certainly do that.
Well, his partner stepped up tonight. He definitely stepped up, so now he's got to really show his worth in the tag team of the KC Wolves as well.
And you know that Graham Bell has got to be watching this match from the back on the monitor. Graham Bell watching, in one instance, to see his tag team partner, his friend, see how well he's doing, but also you got to think he's got to be scouting Luke Langley. They're used to working together, but at the same time, they've now got to be potentially looking at each other as foes.
Well, let's just say Luke Langley advances past Damon Windsor.
Okay.
Okay. You've got these two wolves that end up in this tournament together, facing each other. Nobody knows each other better than their partner. That would be the most competitive match we probably will ever see.
Well, it'll be a very interesting, I would love to call that match if it is to happen, but that is entirely dependent on whether or not Langley can get past Damon Windsor, as Windsor has negated any of the high-energy offense that Luke Langley is accustomed to producing by slapping on that rear chin lock.
Big business. He is all about big business today. This could be, his tournament. This could be really him walking all the way through this whole tournament. All 3 rounds.
Langley able to fight his way out of that headlock. Now backing Windsor into the corner, delivering a few strikes to the midsection.
Do you have a pick? Who do you want to see win this whole thing?
It's tough. I mean, look at the people we've already seen advance. We've seen O'Malley go in. O'Malley's got to be a favorite in so many ways, in terms of experience, in terms of size, power, ruthlessness. But as you said, Jordan Jacobs, the man who's gone all the way last year, he's the only one to be in this tournament who's won it before. And then the unknown factors of people like Graham Bell, who could certainly be a huge dark horse coming out of this victorious. I am very reluctant at this point to say I have a favorite, because I see so many strong possibilities amongst the field of competitors. Perhaps when we've determined who the winner is between these two, maybe things will be a little easier for me to focus on.
I say just because, Jordan Jacobs has already won. I mean, in order to go through all 3 rounds, and when he won it, the ladder match, I mean, he won it with the ladder match. I mean, he showed his worth going through all 3 rounds, but to win it in such a fashion like the ladder match, I mean, it was brutal. It was brutal.
And I noticed something about the assembled IZW world here. They don't want to pick a side. They're sitting there watching this. They're watching a tremendous competition amongst 2 great talents in the ring. And normally you would have one of those 2 clearly the fan favorite, but the fans like both of these guys, and they don't want to. I think
it's like an equal
cheer. Yeah, they don't want to cheer against one because they think they'd be cheering against the other.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, the crowd is definitely torn between these 2, and it shows.
Windsor cinching up a pin there after delivering a great lariat.
Big business!
Luke Langley's going to have to step his game up at this point.
Windsor exhibiting that power, and certainly in the offensive mode as he backs Langley towards that corner.
Big forearm.
Good strong forearm there by Damon Windsor as he delivers another one. Windsor looks to be trying to drag Langley out, does so with the Beal throw.
He just hurled a grown man like he was a bag of garbage.
That shows you the size and power of big business Damon Windsor, who almost gets a 3 count there with that pin. And again, back, working over the chin, locking up the arm.
He's going to wear him down with this. All right. Well, Luke Langley was back to his feet for a moment.
Langley trying to fight out of that move there as Windsor once again calls to the IZW world before shooting Langley off the ropes. Langley ducks one, ducks underneath another, spin wheel kick, puts down, big business.
I just can't believe how torn the crowd is between these 2. It's unreal.
And Langley now moving in for a pin, goes to hook both legs, but still unable to keep business down for more than about 1 3/4.
He's just too big to keep down. He has to hook both legs. I mean, I'm almost torn between these 2. I love these 2 athletes to death. I mean, I don't know which way to go.
Langley set for the kick, goes for it. Windsor underneath. And Windsor now picks up and drops Luke Langley right back on the back of his head.
He went real high. Gonna get a 3 right here.
Goes in for the pin and
almost.
At the last possible moment, Luke Langley pushing that shoulder up, saying, I am not done with this match yet.
Damon Windsor staying all over Langley.
Windsor with a clubbing forearm puts Langley back down, picks him up and drops him down again.
Look, he's starting to try to get this energy that he needs, trying to make his way back to his feet. KC Wolves have no plan at all.
Langley floating over and dropping Windsor down with a reverse neck breaker.
This could be the break he needs right here. He really needs to make a pin, go for a pin right here.
Langley trying to fire himself up, trying to get that energy inside of himself as he waits for Damon Windsor. And now delivers a forearm to the face of Big Business. Windsor fires back as well. And these two exchanging fists and forearms in the middle of the ring.
Great competition between these two.
Oh my Lord! What a clothesline!
He could have just broke him in half with that clothesline.
The impact of that clothesline, I can feel it all the way up here in the broadcast booth. And Windsor, I think this is academic. No!
Still can't hold Langley down.
Even with all the power behind that lariat, he could not keep Luke Langley down.
That sounded like a car crash. The jawbreaker there. A couple of kicks. They don't look like they have all the steam they need behind them.
Oh, but they seem to be effective right now as Langley goes off the ropes. Elevated over the top. And then another kick. That staggers Windsor. Langley now going up to the top rope. We saw this work for Graham Bell. Langley going for the mushroom stomp.
If he would have connected with that, I have a feeling he could have. That's a wrap. You got to know it.
Windsor putting Langley down.
1, 2.
No! That was only 2. We have seen Windsor put away so many people.
This is the heart and the desire it takes to be the Impact Player of the Year.
That big-time slam has been the deciding factor so many times.
This kid has heart.
And now perhaps I think it's time for Business to go up. No, Langley out of the way. Kicks Windsor in the midsection. Knee kicks him in the head.
Look at him going for the pin.
And almost again.
Almost. This is back and forth. They are hitting each other with every single thing that they have, and they can't keep one another down.
Langley now singling the motion, says it's over now as he runs in, diving forearm right into the corner. And now Langley up top, delivering the punches straight to the head, straight to the temples of Big Business Damon Windsor. Oh, Windsor, here we go. Windsor puts Langley down.
2 and 3.
That is it.
Big Business Damon Windsor advances.
We have our final 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Damon Windsor!
But you have got to hand it to Luke Langley. He hung in there all the way to the last second, fighting for that opportunity to advance to the finals or the semifinals, just like Graham Bell had done.
I'll tell you, Luke Langley showed me something I've never seen from him tonight. He is showing this man has all the heart he had. He would not stay down. I mean, I've seen Damon Windsor put the bigger men away with less than it took to keep Luke Langley down. The KC Wolves are real big Impact players just in their own right. They don't have to win the tournament, but these guys have all the heart to be here in IZW, and it showed tonight.
Well, a tremendous show of respect there from Damon Windsor and Luke Langley. As Damon Windsor has secured his spot in the Final 4 of the Impact Player Tournament of the Year. But there is still hope for the KC Wolves, as we saw Graham Bell in there.
Graham Bell kept the hope alive.
We now have our Final 4. As we see Luke Langley making his way to the back, we've got our Final 4 secured now for the Impact Player Tournament of the Year. O'Malley, Graham Bell, Damon Windsor, and last year's winner, Jordan Jacobs. It's going to be a huge Final 4 tournament there. I say, you asked me earlier, who do I favor in that? I don't know, Harrison. I think we're going to take a look right now at the Impact Player of the Year, at the brackets, the 4 contenders here. Graham Bell on your left. In 2 weeks, we will have the semifinal matches and then the finals contended at Sudden Impact on May 17th. But those are your Final 4 right there. Graham Bell, O'Malley, Jordan Jacobs, and Big Business Damon Windsor. It's almost anybody's game at this point.
Possibilities are endless. Possibilities are endless. It could go a whole lot of ways. a part of me wants to say I would love to see Graham Bell go all the way, but it's that experience factor. Being the Impact Player of the Year already, Jordan Jacobs stands got to be like the #1 seed right now. Just to
I think it is fair to say that Graham Bell is definitely the underdog of those four, and Jordan Jacobs. Yeah, I could see him being the #1 seed, the advantage of having won last year. But I got to lean towards O'Malley. I think that there is that huge presence of O'Malley, the ruthlessness, the size, the power, the experience. If you're going to force me to make a choice, I say O'Malley may have this thing wrapped up and may very well be on his way to being the 2014 Impact Player of the Year. We're going to go to the back right now. We're going to look at the KC Wolves. They've got some words for us right now.
Luke! Dude, man, you were so close. Dude, man, I knew it was supposed to be us in this finals of this tournament. It's supposed to be us, Luke and Graham. Man, it's going to be okay, man. You put up a hell of a fight.
Graham, stop. It's okay. There's nothing that I wanted more than to face you one-on-one in the finals of the Impact Player of the Year tournament. But it's not going to happen, because tonight, Damon Windsor was the better man. So it's true. This is the end of the road for Luke Langley. But because Graham Bell is moving on, that means the KC Wolves are moving on, because Wolves travel in a pack.
Damn straight you got that right. I may be going on this tournament, but I'm not going on alone. As long as I've got you and the rest of the pack out there behind me, I'm going all the way in this thing.
I know.
I'm getting past the semifinals, I'm winning the finals, I'm winning that trophy, and I'm getting that title shot.
I know it, man. I know it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. When Graham Bell, the lone wolf now, holds that Impact Player of the Year trophy over his head. And you know that I'm gonna be behind you all the way, because the KC Wolves never stop running together. Woo!
Every Friday night following Nightline on KSWO ABC TV, IZW takes over your weekly television schedule with Impact Television. Keep up with the latest news and catch all the best action, interviews, and clips from IZW's Adrenaline, our weekly television tapings. Check out IZWrestling.com on any device for more info, and let Impact Zone Wrestling invade your living room every Friday night. Your Friday nights just got a lot more interesting. If you want the best, come to Impact Ink Tattoo Studio.
Fans, we welcome you back to tonight's Adrenaline program. We're thankful for you tuning in, but remember, you can be here every Saturday night, 7 p.m. at the Impact Arena to experience all this action live, because trust me, Harrison Stone, you know well, there is nothing like being at a live wrestling event.
Absolutely nothing tops being here every Saturday night.
And I want to get to something we saw a little earlier in the show. We saw Brock Landers, and I will get his name correct this time. Brock Landers arrive here at the Impact Arena only to be ambushed by Randy Price. Last week, Randy Price challenged, bullied Brock Landers into a match, basically, and then got a bit of comeuppance when Brock Landers pulled out a victory. Brock Landers, a referee here, a long-serving referee. Randy Price wanted a rematch. We're going to have that rematch right now. It was an upset. It was the upset of the year last week. Can Brock Landers do it
Ladies
2 in a
and
row?
gentlemen,
Everything in
the
the
contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Coming to the ring first, he is the old school sucker, Randy Price.
I really think Brock can do it. You know, he trains each and every week that he's here. You know, he's at the Impact Academy. He's working hard. He said it was a childhood dream to be a professional wrestler. Not a referee, but a wrestler. And I think Randy Price just took advantage of a young kid who's really trying to better himself in this professional wrestling business. And you know, Brock Landers is working his way up from a referee to trying to be a wrestler. And he just got bullied around by Randy Price.
Randy Price, the arrogance that he exhibited last week certainly did not pay off for him. And now, embarrassed, thoroughly embarrassed, he steps into the ring
get his ass
to try and gain a little bit of revenge.
Hey, shut up! Hey, shut up!
And here comes his opponent.
And his opponent, Brock Landers.
He's looking a little bit nervous.
Well, Brock Landers, I think it's not so much nerves. I think he's probably still a little shaken up.
I can tell in his eyes, he looks angry, obviously from being ambushed, but you can't help but to be nervous. When you're in that ring and you're standing across the ring from Randy Price, you've got to have butterflies in your stomach because those nerves have got to be on end. And this is going to be a proving point for him. He did it last week. Let's do it again this week.
Brock Landers fighting for all those who said that it could never be done for them. They were told that they could never measure up. And he was able to pull out the victory last week. This week, though, after suffering that ambush upon entering the Impact Arena, Brock Landers, I mean, he wasn't expecting to step in this time to compete. He was expecting to show off the referee.
Whoa, look at that. He's standing for it.
Yeah, and look at Randy Price. Price is just giving him a free shot.
I don't know if he wants to take it or give that free shot away like that.
Do it! He's telling Landers, go ahead, let's up.
Oh!
Right hand.
Look at that!
And a hip toss for that drop kick. And a second one. Oh,
look at that!
It just takes one mistake, and now Randy Price rubbing Brock Landers' face in the mat.
I was about to say, you know, the Impact Academy is one of the greatest wrestling academies all over the world, and he is here learning. And you know, it's just Randy Price. He's been in the business way too long.
Randy Price graduated from the Impact Academy. He's one of 4 people to come out of that Impact Academy and make a huge success for themselves here in IZW. He's the only man to ever held the Impact Division Championship and the Tag Team titles at the same time. There's no denying Randy Price, an accomplished veteran wrestler. Brock Landers, not at that level. And that's why Randy Price is so embarrassed and is now taking that frustration and embarrassment out on Brock Landers. He slipped up last week.
He really did. He was overconfident going into the ring, and the underdog came out on top and just, it caught me out of left field. It caught me so off guard. That was the last thing I was expecting to see.
And now Brock Landers has got to fight from behind like nobody else ever has. Because he can't count. I don't think he can count on the surprise factor this week. I don't think he can count on Randy Price not taking him seriously this week. Randy Price, you can tell the ambush showed that Randy Price knows he can be embarrassed again, and he doesn't want to take that chance.
I agree with you. I really do. Randy Price came in here with the motive of coming in here just to destroy Brock Landers. And he's showing that he's doing it right now.
Randy Price doing an excellent job of destroying Brock Landers as he unleashes punches to the midsection. And there's no semblance of a wrestling match here. This is an assault. This is a brawl. And this is Randy Price trying to send a message saying, I don't have time to deal with people like you. I'm here to accomplish other things. Price now going again, hooking the leg, bending Brock Landers in half, and Landers is able to kick out of both of those pin attempts.
You want to wrestle, Mr. Wrestler? You
He's just picking on him now.
Yeah, you can hear the verbal assault there as he mocks Brock Landers.
Trying to pull his arm out of the socket there.
Mr. Wrestler!
And paint brushing him.
Yeah, slapping him around. What just disrespect.
Well, that's exactly it. Randy Price obviously doesn't believe that Brock Landers has any business. He voiced it last week. He doesn't think that Brock Landers has any business trying to be a competitor.
See, when he was just wrenching that arm back and forth, that's could tear out your elbow, your shoulder, your wrist, any number of things in your arm. And he was really just yanking it hard.
Maybe if you would lose some of that weight and give it to him, maybe he might have a chance.
See, this is where Randy Price really needs to stay on him.
Randy Price very busy jawing with the IZW world. As he now measures Brock Landers, runs in, high knee lift, upends Landers. And Price again in for the pin. But every time he goes for the pin and he does hook the leg, he takes it seriously. But there's still fight left in the underdog. The man who I've heard called the pint-sized Punisher, Brock Landers, after that victory last week.
I've been hearing that.
Just make a complete lack of any semblance of normal behavior.
You can hear the crowd getting behind him.
You can see the look in Price's eyes. He's a little crazed. He may have been slightly unhinged after the loss last week.
Well, I think he's lost his mind since his turn on everybody. When everybody trusted him the most, he really let down the whole IZW world, and he hasn't been the same since.
Right now.
Price charging in, but it's met with a raised boot. Arm drag.
Huge arm drag.
Price for another one there. And Price just yanks him down.
You can tell Randy Price anticipated that second one. He saw it coming and he was able to block it.
And look at the way that Price made that glass cover as he shoved that forearm straight in the face of Brock Landers. Again, another disrespectful sign there. And now he's holding both arms down. But everything he's doing, he can't get that final recount.
Mr. Price right now has got to be wondering what's it going to take to keep this referee down. I don't think he expected this.
Price now throwing Landers into the corner, delivers a boot there. Backs himself out as he prepares to charge right in, but Landers ducks out of the way.
Oh, climbing to the middle rope.
Landers up to the second rope, unleashing a hailstorm of punches. Got up to 8, but Price is able to hold on. Drops Landers over and picks him back up. I don't know what he's planning to do.
Oh!
Pile driver.
Oh.
Pile driver puts Brock Landers down. And it's academic at that point.
He got him with all of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Randy Price.
Well, it was a valiant effort by Brock Landers, but you just don't get lucky 2 weeks in a row against someone the caliber of Randy Price.
I still think Brock Landers has showed me a lot today. He really has. Last week, some might question whether it was luck or a fluke or whatever you want to call it. Today, he was really doing his best.
What's Randy Price doing? He's grabbed a chair, got a microphone, he put a chair in the ring.
Poor Brock Landers.
Why's Randy Price got a chair in the ring? What is he thinking?
Poor Brock Landers.
Come on. What's...
You know,
this can't be good with this
it's
chair.
It's a shame that this is what it had to come to, Brock. 7 days ago. 7 days ago, Brock, all you had to do was get the hell out of my way. And you heard me coming. All you had to do was leave when I told you to, but you didn't want to, did you? No, you want to be a wrestler. Regardless of your fluke win last week, Brock, it doesn't mean a damn thing now that everybody here is laying down looking at you, looking at how pathetic you are. Look at how pathetic you are, Brock. Mr. Wrestler. You see, you wouldn't get the hell out of my way, and then you wanted to embarrass me? Well, you see, I can't let you do you embarrass me like that. See, what I did now is what should have happened last week. What I did now was strictly business. Nobody gets over on the old school sucker. Now business is over, Brock. But unfortunately for you, and unfortunately for all the people that changed your name to Pee-wee, it's time to make things a little more personal.
Oh my God! Come on! Come on! This is not right! Come on, Randy! Oh, come on!
Randy Price, what are you doing?
Oh my! He's just wearing him out with this chair.
There is no need for what Randy Price repeated chair shots.
Here comes the Impact Division champion.
Drake Gallows to the rescue of Brock Landers, and Randy Price quickly scooting out of the ring. He obviously wants nothing to do with Drake Gallows, but I wonder if the punishment that he delivered was enough already.
What does Drake have to say?
Randy, what the hell's your problem, man?
What the hell's your problem?
What the hell's your problem, Randy?
This is my business.
Hey,
this is my
business. Don't you think last week was good enough? Didn't he beat you last week? You couldn't give the guy one chance. He wants to be a wrestler. Everybody who pays their dues has a right to be a wrestler. He's been paying his dues. You got a problem with Brock, you got a problem with me because he's been working with me every single week, learning, paying dues, busting his ass.
That is true.
You know, he proved something to me. One match wasn't enough. He beat you, and then he gave you a rematch. Yeah. Hey, winning wasn't enough. You can't just win. That's it. You gotta beat the hell out of somebody for no reason. What old school lesson? You think this is Impact rules? You want to talk about Impact rules? You're talking to the Impact Division champion. And you want to know something? Randy Price, you're nothing more than a bully.
Drake Gallows just
and every now and then, bullies get their asses kicked.
Big words by Drake Gallows.
You know what, Randy? I think I'm going to have to teach you a lesson. You think you're going to teach him something? I teach him the right way. Now I think I'm going to have to teach you the right way.
All right, listen to that.
Very strong pointed words there from the Impact Division champion.
Brock Landers back to his feet now.
But I don't think Randy Price wants anything to do with Drake Gallows right now. As Brock Landers definitely suffering some severe shots there from the chair, but walking out under his own power.
How many shots did he take with that?
If you're looking for the largest and cleanest tattoo shop with the biggest selection of flash, you're looking for Impact Inc., where every Wednesday is now half off Hump Day, where you get half off on select flash. Plus, come in on your birthday and receive 25% off any tattoo. Call 699-7530 or stop by 1008 Southwest 11th Street any day of the week, where the best custom art you can find is at Impact Inc. Tattoo Studio.
Tax refund check should be here by now. Looking for this evil twin? That's mine. You're right. It's mine, and I'm going to cash it wherever I want.
It's a cash emergency. Super Palm Woman to the rescue.
Don't let your evil twin steal your tax refund check. Bring it to Maverick Pawn and get it cashed in a jiffy. Then check out our tools, televisions, games, jewelry, computers, and more. And now we'll pay cash for unwanted gift cards.
Great deals.
Fast cash. It's Maverick Pawn.
357-4911.
That's Kevin Morgan. I mean, as if Brock Landers hadn't suffered enough tonight. Kevin Morgan literally picking Landers up and slamming him against the wall in the back in the Impact Arena. What was that all about?
Is he implying that maybe Brock Landers had something to do with his savior being gone? I mean, that's what we've seen week after week.
Kevin Morgan on a mission to find Johnny Z, and I have no idea. But we see Drake Gallows is still in the ring here.
Listen, I'm still on Brock Landers. He was just thrown against the wall like a lawn dart.
Gallows was more than willing to stand up for Brock Landers before, and now we hear the music of Impact Elite.
The following contest is your main event, and it's scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Already standing in the ring is your IZW Impact Division Champion, the Urban Legend, Drake Gallows!
Still waiting on
well, I mean, we got
opponent representing Impact Elite is the image of fear, Kevin Morgan!
Kevin Morgan has been on a path of destruction.
And that's saying it very mildly.
No, ever said. Kevin Morgan yanking the microphone out of Annalyn Storm's hands.
You have to wonder if Brock Landers is even going to be able to make it next week and the week after and the week after that.
You're the one that made my status start dropping, first of all. And you're the one I'm going to start with to raise my status back up.
Kevin Morgan referring to the fact that Drake Gallows essentially outsmarted Kevin Morgan in that six-pack challenge for the Impact Division Championship last year, while running the clock down and able to escape still the Impact Division Champion. He was eventually able to take that title from him, but Gallows regained it within a matter of a few weeks.
This guy is just ruthless. He's just really wearing out Drake already.
Morgan coming to the ring with a mission, unleash fury and destruction on the Impact Division Champion, the Urban Legend, Drake Gallows. And I know that they were originally set for a match. I know they were expecting a match, but Drake Gallows certainly had to be preoccupied and distracted after coming to the ring to save Brock Landers after the vicious assault by Randy Price and the steel chair.
Now he's using that weight to his advantage now, just stomping and standing on Drake Gallows' chest.
Week after week, we have seen the frustration mount up in Kevin Morgan. He has been lost, he has been directionless since the disappearance of Johnny Z, and he appears to be taking out all those weeks of frustration on Drake Gallows.
Well, you heard earlier on tonight when Madam Commissioner Erica was in the back with Jordan and Kevin Morgan, they were talking about what it's going to take to get back their savior.
They said that the mission starts with reclaiming all the championships.
And their status.
The thing that's most important. I guess Kevin Morgan believes that perhaps all of Impact Elite has failed in the eyes of John Z. Maybe that's the mentality now. That if they can prove themselves by reclaiming the titles, by reclaiming the status, by raising expectations back to the level they used to be at, that Johnny Z will come back and will reassert himself as the leader of Impact Elite.
Well, these two right here are definitely not strangers to one another by any stretch of the imagination. But Drake Gallows has taken Kevin Morgan to the limit almost every single time that these two have ever met.
I've said many times that Drake Gallows has no fear, and he is up against a man who embodies fear. Gallows perfectly willing to put his body on the line. We have both seen Drake Gallows do many crazy things. That's the best word for them, crazy. I've witnessed Gallows dive over me from the ledge behind the broadcast area, crash into the chairs and the seating area below the broadcast booth. That's just one small example of the limits that Drake Gallows will push himself to. Kevin Morgan, a monster in that ring.
He lives his life by the second, not the minute, not the day, not the week or year, but by the second. He never knows to what level he's got to take a match to in order to gain the upper hand.
Kevin Morgan, one of the most intense individuals, but he has been, as long as he had the backing of Impact Elite, everything was fine. As soon as Johnny Z went away, Kevin Morgan, just mentally, all the focus has gone away. And he can't afford to lose focus in matches with a guy like Drake Gallows, who's willing to do the most unorthodox things to come out as a winner.
Kevin Morgan has been a monster as of late. Since losing Johnny Z, since Johnny Z not being around for the last 5 weeks, 4 weeks, they called him aimlessly.
Oh, wow, the brute power of Kevin Morgan as he literally shoves Drake Gallows off of him. And then a big boot, a huge boot.
He might be picking up some teeth after that one.
And Morgan goes down for the pin.
That's a smart move. Go for that cover right after a big boot like that.
A brief hesitation on the part of Kevin Morgan. He might actually have been able to get the pinfall if he followed up with that pin just a little bit faster. Now Morgan wrenching the neck.
Looks like he has a handful of hair. I can't tell from my vantage point.
Referee sees it. He's counting. He's trying to force Kevin Morgan to break him. Morgan not wanting to listen, risking disqualification in the match.
As if the size and the strength and the power of image of fear isn't bad enough, but to have him irate and upset, that adds a whole other dimension to it. As Drake's finding out right now.
Morgan methodically pacing this ring, unleashing a heavy right arm. He's got the Impact Division champ stick. Gallows yanking down that top rope. And Morgan goes careening over.
Smart move.
Morgan trying to get his footing back underneath him as Gallows gets a little bit of distance. No, Gallows through the middle, colliding with the image of fear. And both men are now laid out outside the ring.
That's what I was talking about earlier. Lives by the second. He never knows what he's going to have to do.
Referee now applying a count to both men. As Gallows gets back to his feet first, but is perfectly willing to take the battle to the outside. He is very comfortable in this environment as the Impact Division champion. This is not an Impact Rules match, but he's more than willing to battle on the outside as long as he can physically muster the strength to do so. There you see Gallows roll back into the ring, break that count, only to have his head rammed into the corner post.
Well, see, Gallows thrives on the Impact division. The Impact Rules are his thing. Right now, he is with a very, very upset image of war, the image of fear. Kevin Morgan is a monster right now. And Drake Gallows is having to play by the rules.
Dropping Drake Gallows across that top, the steel retaining area of the barrier there.
Frankenstein!
Some of those fans got up close and personal with Mr. Gallows.
Morgan throwing, not just throwing, almost tossing like a rag doll. Drake Gallows' body back into the ring, and not even underneath the bottom rope, but over the power of Kevin Morgan as he hoists Gallows up and prepares to unleash more destruction in his path.
Gallows right back to his feet. He never stays down for very long.
Gallows is not one to back down. He is willing to take this punishment, absorb the punishment, as long as he can dish it back out. And Kevin Morgan will continue to come straight at you like a freight train.
Here. Well, Drake Gallows always said, I like to pick on the biggest guy in the yard. Well, he got him. He's got him right here. Doesn't look like he's surviving.
He certainly does. He's picked up the largest competitor, height-wise, in the Impact Zone Wrestling roster. Kevin Morgan using those feet.
Trying to almost tear the ear off.
Morgan doing everything that he can. Now Morgan's calling for Johnny Z.
He does not suck. You suck. You suck. You don't fuck.
And Gallows scoops up Morgan. Can this be it?
Close.
And again, Morgan unleashing the feet, stomping straight on the face of Drake Gallows. Gallows trying to literally claw his way up Kevin Morgan.
Oh, tried to get his legs up, it just wasn't fast enough.
Not enough speed there, as Gallows has been worn down by the image of Fear, who tosses tosses Gallows overhead. One hand with the press. Maybe a little overconfident there.
He thought he had a 3 count.
He thought that he had obliterated Gallows, but there is still life left in the urban legend. Gallows trying to stagger Morgan. He's got him reeling on the ropes. Another drop kick puts Morgan down to one knee.
See, Gallows is going back to what he knows best. Just throw your body at anybody.
Use your body as a weapon. That is exactly what Drake Gallows loves to do. Now Gallows in up close, unleashing the fists on the side of the face, and a stiff kick to the side of the head of Kevin Morgan.
That might have been a tooth I saw fly out of his mouth.
Gallows off the ropes. Kick from behind, straight to the back of the head, and Morgan's down. Gallows needs to follow this up quickly with a pin. He's got to roll that massive body, those tree trunk legs over, and he couldn't hold him down.
Just not strong enough to hold him down.
He's not done enough damage yet to the image of Fear.
This has been a very competitive match, back and forth.
Morgan now showing off the power, hoisting Gallows up on his shoulder, running power slam.
This might be all it takes.
That very well could be it. Morgan thinks it's it. As he goes for the pin, doesn't hook the leg though.
Almost.
Too much time, and no leg hook allowed Gallows to escape out the back door on that one.
Gallows trying to get the crowd behind him. Big clothesline, rocking and reeling.
Elbow shot also in that chin area, and another drop kick. The drop kicks have been effective for Gallows in staggering Kevin Morgan, who's now in that corner.
Crowd getting right behind Drake Gallows.
Gallows charges in, runs his shoulder right into the midsection of Kevin Morgan.
At this point, I think he's just doing anything he can to keep Kevin Morgan down for a 3 count.
Gallows goes again. He caught Morgan with that boot. Morgan staggers out of the corner. Gallows now on the outside going up to the top rope.
He's another one who feels at home at the top rope.
Gallows off the top. Big clothesline. Levels the Giant.
2 and no!
Didn't have enough of his body over both shoulders, and Morgan able to get that left shoulder up.
If he had tried to cover him correctly, that might have been a 3 count.
Gallows has not unleashed enough punishment left, but what does he have left to work with against Kevin Morgan?
Now he's got a hold of the throat.
Gallows breaks that. I think it was an attempt perhaps at a choke slam. Gallows fights out of that. Positions Morgan down over the top. Sunset flip.
This could be it. Oh, he's in the ropes. See, it's hard to do a sunset flip on a man so big because anywhere he lands, he's going to be close to the ropes.
A great point, Stone. That ring is certainly the friend for a move like that, and someone the size of Kevin Morgan. who with a swift uppercut immediately turns the tide of this match and puts it back in his favor.
See, Kevin Morgan cannot let the crowd get under his skin right now. This is not what he needs to be doing.
And this is indicative of the lost, directionless person that Kevin Morgan has become without that guidance of Johnny Z, without the knowledge that Johnny Z is watching him in the ring and will be there to critique his performance when he comes out. Kevin Morgan is desperate, he's distracted, and the crowd can easily get inside his mind. And Drake Gallows has got to capitalize on that.
You're absolutely right. But at this point, you got to wonder if Drake Gallows is just tired of getting Andy's got to be out of gas, just about.
Again, Kevin Morgan throwing Gallows around like he's limp and weightless.
That gravity sure is effective, though. He always is landing very hard.
Morgan says this is for the Savior.
Here we go.
Fear coming up. Gallows slips out of it. Big boot to the face there. And again.
Trying to use those kicks and drop kicks and anything he could use right at this point just to keep
the aerial assault seems to be working well for Gallows. He's able to keep Kevin Morgan upended, and now Gallows once again going to the top rope. He was successful in connecting with Morgan the last time he was up there.
You know what it looks like he's going for. Morgan quick to cut him off at the top.
Morgan upends Gallows, brings him down in an uncomfortable position on that top turnbuckle. Now delivers a thunderous headbutt. And now Morgan attempting to come up to the second rope himself. Maybe going to come off with a superplex here. Oh! God. What a demonstration of power on the part of Kevin Morgan.
How much more can Gallows take?
Well, the answer to your question, Stone, is just a little bit more, as that right shoulder came up, but it just barely came up.
See, sometimes it should be okay just to say, I can't do it anymore. I've taken too much abuse. But those words never cross his lips.
Never for Gallows. We know that Gallows has no problem with taking the abuse, but he does take the moment of fear. And
that's a 3 count.
This time he could not come out of it.
Wow.
Your winner, Kevin Morgan.
On May 17th, Kevin Morgan sets his eyes on the IZW champion, Double D, to bring that title back into the clutches of Impact Elite. Tonight, he sent a message through the Impact Division champion, Drake Gallows.
You're absolutely right. Very competitive match. Drake fought him all the way to the end.
And Kevin Morgan, once again, looking to his savior. Somewhere out there, he believes Johnny Z is watching, and Johnny Z will return if enough things can be put back right, and I put air quotes around that, right, for Impact Elite.
See? He's praying and hoping Johnny Z is watching this, begging for him to come back.
Kevin Morgan, a desperate man, and now Double D. Now we got a reversal of the situation. Last week, Morgan coming out to assault Double D after D was victorious over Angel Camacho, and you see D saying the situation is now reversed around. Morgan's set, Morgan's ready, and here comes the champ.
Oh, quick!
Fist and fire, Double D bringing it to Kevin Morgan. This is a preview of what will happen May 17th, sudden impact, live on pay-per-view.
See, Kevin Morgan getting a taste of what he had last week, but he had the advantage of last week. With Double D having worked the match last week, Kevin Morgan just working a hard, grueling match with Drake Gallows. Double D has taken the advantage that he didn't have last week.
And Double D putting Kevin Morgan over the top. D stands in the ring. Kevin on the outside.
Behind him.
Well, the stakes in that IZW Championship match have certainly risen. But the simple fact of the matter is, Kevin Morgan wants that IZW title, not so much for himself, but for Johnny Z, as he is desperate to bring the natural-born leader back to IZW. And Double D wants to assert his status as the IZW champion.
Everybody has to be wondering, how long is it going to be before we see Johnny Z?
Double D says, I've got the force behind me. Fans, we thank you for tuning in.